Hi, today I would like to talk to you about RitchViewer in the context of the finance industry. The style of the spreadsheet you are viewing is typical of an analyst model within an investment bank. As I move through the spreadsheet and discuss some of the features, I would like you to think about your own financial statement maintenance and financial statement analysis. This conversation applies whether you're a CFO of a corporation, involved in assurance and audit and accounting firm, or perhaps moving from analyst to associate to VP through an investment bank. What you would have noticed by now is while I've been moving my mouse around and walking through the model, RitchViewer has been delivering visual representation of relationships in the data. If we look back at the profit and loss statement and choose total revenue, you can see several outcomes. Firstly, RitchViewer is only presenting you with the annual data. Secondly, you can easily distinguish between actual and estimated data via colours. You will also note that RitchViewer has chosen to show second order information in the form of growth as a line chart. RitchViewer is currently showing us data available on the screen, that is, 2011 to 2017. With a click of a button, we can also see hidden data. Now we can see the years 2010 through to 2019. By swiping downwards with our mouse, we can move between annual, quarterly, and all revenue periods available. On screen, only the quarters for 2015 are available for viewing, but RitchViewer is now showing that the model contains historic and forecast quarters from 2011 through to 2016. We are not restricted to the growth chart. You can see as I swipe my mouse sideways, RitchViewer Smart Chart presents us with a number of visuals associated with revenue. We can also choose charts within the RitchViewer chart selector. We have a variety of choices such as accumulated, percentage change, compound percent, step chart, as well as all the classic charts you find in other products. As I move further down the profit and loss statement, RitchViewer not only shows the underlying data, but it also shows a second order line chart of margins. In this case, we are looking at EBITDA margin, or, as it indicates on the right axis, GAAP EBITDA divided by total revenue. What's more is that with the swipe of a mouse, we can look at EBITDA margin by itself. Now, as well as showing the margin, this chart is showing two extra lines being average historic and average forecast margins. In the case of this model, you can see there's been historic growth in EBITDA margin, but now the analyst has shifted their forecast years to an average margin of 10.1%. Moving on to the balance sheet, I want to demonstrate how easy it is to configure the model to get these results. I simply tell RitchViewer where the header row is, which columns make up the labels, and that I would like to group the balance sheet so we can pivot around total assets. The net result is we now have a balance sheet where we can see both line items over time and, as importantly, timeline analysis showing each line item relative to total assets, also known as a common size balance sheet. Over the last few minutes, you would have become aware that RitchViewer is not just a self-used productivity tool, but in the same way I have been taking you through a model, you could just as easily be using RitchViewer to collaborate with your colleagues or with clients, highlighting a relationship, discussing a conceptual aspect of an existing forecast, or simply performing visual error detection in the data transcription. RitchViewer allows you to explore a piece of information in the context of its surrounding data points. Having double-clicked on the 2019 column in the chart, Pathfinder becomes visible. You can see that as I've been drilling through the underlying formula, the Pathfinder and RitchViewer have been interacting. Pathfinder has not only been presenting the raw number for each component of the formula, but has also been revealing all the attributes of the data point. What line item does this point belong to? What period does this apply to? And is there an underlying formula to drill down further? More than that, RitchViewer is visualizing the Pathfinder data in context of the surroundings, even when on another sheet such as the drill down to the cash flow statement. RitchViewer is not just a tool for reading financial statements. As a CFO or an analyst, you might keep data such as this example of Cathay Pacific passenger load factor numbers. Normally, Smart Charts associates labels with sets of visuals. With this spreadsheet, you can see that I have chosen not to use Smart Charts, but have selected a preferred set of charts for gaining insights. Two of these charts are Forecast Polynomial and Seasonal Line Chart. As we walk through the regions, the Forecast Polynomial chart is not only presenting a line, but is also predicting what a forward period might look like. As expected with an airline, once you visualize the data, you can see a pattern that might suggest that the load factor is higher in some parts of the year and lower in others. If I sweep the mouse sideways, we get to see a seasonality chart. Across the 8 years available, you can see some months generally higher than others. To make this easy to see, let's remove the hidden data. Now I only have a full year for 2013 passenger load factors and the 2014 year through to September. Using the 2013 pattern, we can create an expectation of what the remaining 3 months of the 2014 year might look like. I hope you have enjoyed this brief glimpse of RitchViewer Finance Pack and look forward to you joining other CFOs, investment bankers, accountants, consultants, financial statement training firms, and universities now gaining insights, simplifying complexities, improving productivity, and collaborating with RitchViewer.